There is so much controversy about masculine and feminine energy. Every time I go online, all I see are people arguing about it. And the funny thing is that people still have this idea that it's all about how strong you are that makes you masculine, or how weak you are and makes you feminine, or how or how you look, your appearance. It's not about appearance. It's not about strength. It's an etheric thing. It's an energetic thing, and people are still stuck in that physical look thing. That if you look if you look feminine, that means you're more feminine, and if you look masculine, that means you're more masculine, whether you're a man or a woman. But there is more to masculine energy or feminine energy than simply looks and the obvious thing that people usually go for, strength. Like I said, it's an energy thing, and let me now break it down for you. It's all about balance. A full masculine energy is balanced. It's balanced feminine energy with masculine energy. And full feminine energy is balanced feminine energy with masculine energy. And that's what it is. So you can look feminine and still be in your masculine energy. And you can look masculine and still be in your feminine energy. If your feminine energy is wounded, you'll be in your masculine energy, but in a wounded masculine energy form. If your masculine energy is wounded, you'll be in your feminine energy form, but in a wounded feminine energy form. But if you are in your full feminine energy, your masculine energy isn't wounded, your feminine energy is not wounded. You are balanced. And if you are in your full, every energetic state in its full and purest form is balanced. So, how to know whether you're in your masculine energy if you're a woman? Do you like being a woman? If the answer is no, then you are in your masculine energy. It doesn't matter whether you're always making up and you're always feminine and you talk like this and you literally walk like this all day long. You are in your masculine energy if you hate being a woman. Do you think men benefit more from earth than women? Do you think being a man is easier? Do you think femininity is a chore? Do you think femininity is a curse? If you answer all these questions, yes, then, my sister, you are in your masculine energy. It's not about whether you like to make up and you like to look like this. It's a mindset thing. What do you think about womanhood? Yes, you're a woman, but what do you think about womanhood? Do you love being a woman? Do you appreciate your womanhood? Do you feel empowered by your femininity? If you are, then what do you have any? If you are, then okay, that's a plus. That means your feminine energy is getting balanced, of course. But do you have any wounds attached? For instance, women don't go into their masculine energy state fully, by chance. It's by virtue of trauma, wounds. For instance, if you hate being a woman or you think femininity is a chore, there's usually like countless experiences in your life that are wounds that are justifying how you feel about femininity and keeping you in your masculine energy. Those wounds could be things you experienced from men, from childhood, from your father, from your brothers, from uncles, from aunts, from men in your life, and things you experience. You hear women talk about things you hear about that women experience from men, or basically what is happening in the world, how men treat women. These are experiences, things happening around you that come together to create a wounded version of your femininity, where you look feminine, you act feminine, but deep down inside you are in your masculine energy, and this causes you to think like a man even though you look like a woman. It keeps you, because masculine energy is all about do. Feminine energy is about breathe, relax, slow down. And every human being is supposed to the way it was meant to be is balance. For instance, if you're in your, for you to be in your full feminine energy, you have to heal your wounded femininity so that your feminine energy will come out, and then it will balance out with your masculine energy. It doesn't mean, for instance, it's all about balance. It doesn't mean every woman is supposed to have masculine energy. Yes, and every man is supposed to have feminine energy. It is the way you relate with your masculine energy as a woman that causes you to either be in your masculine energy or feminine energy. And it's in the way you relate with your feminine energy that causes you to be in your feminine or masculine energy. If your feminine energy is wounded, you will be in your masculine energy. If your masculine energy is wounded, you'll be in your feminine energy. A man can be all macho and tough, looking tough, but still be in his feminine energy. Yes. It's not about how you look or how strong you appear. You can look like a Viking and fight like a Mombasa warrior and still be in your feminine energy. How you know whether you're in feminine energy as a man is how you treat your masculinity. Do you think being a man is so tiring? Do you think being a man is tiresome? Do you envy women? Do you think life is easier for women? Then my brother, you are in your feminine energy. It's not about being able to fight the best fights. It's not about how, it goes more than just physical strength. It's about how you relate with your masculinity. You can be able to fight and punch and still be in your feminine energy. So in order to be balanced, for instance, as a man, to be in your full masculinity, your feminine energy you have to heal the wounds of your feminine energy and then heal the wounds of your masculine energy. How do you heal the wounds of your masculine energy? By first of all, and loving what being a man is all about. All the do side of being a man, the hard work, the hustle, the logical part, just being more logical than emotional. You love it. You have to appreciate it and understand that, okay, there's nothing wrong with this. It is good. It is great. It is the backbone of success or backbone of, fulfilling a lot of dreams, right? You have to start looking at those aspects of masculinity as positive because they are. And then, by the time you heal your wounded masculinity, another thing is, for instance, if you're a man and you're in feminine energy, you want to heal, you first of all start loving your masculine side, your masculinity. You love it, and then you start understanding why it is important and why it is necessary and why it is great, why it is fantastic, right? You appreciate and you understand that. Then, by the time you now heal that wounded masculine, you find out that you are becoming balanced, and that the same way you appreciate womanhood is the same way you appreciate manhood. Then that is how you now become your full masculine energy. Healing your feminine energy puts you in a state of balance. And by healing your feminine energy, you have to heal all the wounds you associated with femininity. A man whose feminine energy is wounded would innately hate women. Even if he says he loves women, his hatred for women will manifest in the way he treats the women in his life, and even the way he treats his feminine side. Yes. Every man has their feminine side and every woman has their masculine side. For instance, a man whose feminine energy is wounded will treat women in a demeaning way. First of all, he sees women as beneath him. He sees women as lower species, and he thinks femininity is weak and unintelligent. He thinks femininity is something a bit lower, something perhaps slightly higher than, than animals or something, and beneath him in some way. And he treats women like as if they are objects. So such a man's femininity is wounded. And yes, he loves being masculine, but he hates femininity. And this will also cause him to treat the feminine side of himself badly. So what is the feminine side of yourself? The feminine side of yourself is the side of you that loves relaxation, that loves peace, that loves calm. The part of you that loves beauty and creates. Your feminine side is your creativity side. Your masculine side is your building side. The side of you that builds. Masculinity builds, pieces things together. Femininity creates. You know what creation is? Ideas. For instance, feminine energy describes how this room will look like. Puts it all together, draws it, right? Masculine energy brings the equipment, brings the blocks, the paint, and now brings that idea to life. Feminine energy creates, puts it in scope. Your feminine energy is what tells you how it will look like. Your masculine energy is now what puts that idea and brings it to life. So if your feminine energy is wounded, ideas it will be hard for you to be creating, because you are going to have that, because your feminine energy, you have a problem with your feminine energy. You have a problem with femininity and anything feminine energy. So you will be resisting rest. A man with wounded feminine energy will be toxic to himself and to women. He will resist rest. He will resist peace. He will be all about go, 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 go. Always on the move. I must work. I must build. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, masculine energy is fantastic. I mean, what are we going to do if there was nobody building? If you can't build, then your creativity is a waste of time. That's why that balance is important, because that creative side of you needs to have a building side, so that you can bring your creativity to life, so that your idea will be able to come to life. So if your feminine energy is imbalanced as a man, and that means you are toxic to yourself and to women without even knowing. Do you understand? Because that idea, that energy brings that your relationship with your feminine energy will make you resist femininity, and you will be somehow resisting the women in your life, and you won't even know. They know, you will know, and you resist things that are feminine. And people think feminine things is all about lipstick and how you work and how you do like this and how you do like this and no, feminine energy is more than that. Just like masculine energy is more than toughness. Feminine energy is about, like I said, is about peace and relaxation and calm and creating and softness as well, and mystery and also power and also beauty and power, not in a way, power in creation. Do you understand? Feminine energy is about power, but a different kind of power. Masculine energy is about power, but a different kind of power, a building kind of power, a doing force. Feminine energy is about a being force. Masculine energy is a doing force. So if you're a man and your feminine energy is wounded, that toxicity will not only manifest in how you treat women, but how you treat yourself. You won't be able to relax, for instance. You will always be on the move. I must walk. Anytime you want to sit down to relax, something in you will say, no, I can't be relaxing. How can I relax? You understand? You resist it. And resisting that relaxation can cause terrible sicknesses and health issues that can literally destroy your lives. And people are saying that men die early. That's what they say. It is because their feminine energy is wounded. So they resist and feminine energy is also self-care. They resist self-care. That's why those ancient barbarians with high but wounded masculine energy, you will see them, they won't be bathing, they won't be bathing, they will be smelling, they don't look good. And because if your feminine energy is wounded, you will hate self-care. Anything that has to do with you looking good, no. You will resist it. You will say you resist it because your subconscious knows it's feminine, but you think femininity is bad. You think anything feminine is weak, and sometimes you even hate yourself for how you are so attracted to women. Men with wounded feminine energy find that because the ones who are straight, because not every man with wounded feminine energy is straight. Some are gay, of course, but the straight men with wounded feminine energy will detest why they like women so much, And the thing is that they would see women as receptacles, like just like a woman to that man is just like a life support for the vagina. You understand? That woman to the man, because the man is attracted to the pleasure the woman brings, but it's not but he hates himself for that attraction, because he hates femininity. He thinks femininity is weak. He thinks femininity is just nonsense. And the reason why he hates femininity is because of the wounds. Maybe the things he heard, that maybe Eve and the forbidden fruit and all sorts of things that women did to his uncle in America, and what a woman did, what he read online that a woman did to a man. So you see these men with wounded femininity, they gather and they bash women day in day out, and they still want to be attracted to good women. After being bashing women day and day, they don't know that even those things affect the kind of women you attract in your life. Anyway, so if your feminine energy is wounded, you will resist everything feminine. And I'm not talking about lipstick. That one is another thing altogether. I'm talking about things that are really feminine that you don't realize are feminine, like relaxation, like peace, like self-care. A man with wounded feminine energy will not be able to take care of himself, because femininity makes you sit still and deal with your shit. Feminine energy makes you to be able to, if you're in your full masculine energy, and I mean full masculine energy is masculine energy that is balanced, that has the right balance of feminine against the right balance of masculine. That kind of man, when he finishes all the hard work and all the hustle, and you tell him, okay, and you say, okay, spa time, he will be so happy to go to that spa. Why? Because he's not going to the spa because he will be so happy to go to the spa, not because he wants to feel the hands of a woman on his back or whatever, but because he knows what that spa treatment will do for his health. If your feminine energy is healed, you will be able to take care of yourself. So to be in your full feminine energy state, you have to heal your masculine energy and your feminine energy, because every human being in this planet has an appropriate measure of masculinity and femininity, and in which energy that you mostly abide in is all dependent on which energy dominates due to the wounds you've attached to the other energy. So if you're in if you're a man and your masculinity is wounded, you will be in your feminine energy state, and it has nothing to do with how you look. You can be in your feminine energy state and still look masculine, and still be strong, and still be looking like a man and acting like a man. What shows off the symptoms of your feminine energy state is your mindset. If you attach masculinity to work and chore, if you see masculinity as a chore, if you see masculinity as a stressful thing, and you secretly envy women, and you think women have it easier, and you wish you came to this world as a woman, you will be in your feminine energy state, even while looking as a man, looking like a man. And because of that, it will make you. And there's really, honestly, there's really nothing. It's not like it's such a terrible thing. But the truth is, if you are in your full masculine energy state, you're going to be happier. you are happier, you live a happier and more peaceful life within, because that peace comes from within, it's not from out there. If you're looking for peace out there, you have to have peace within you first. If you're in your wounded masculine energy state, you attach, you have this hatred for your masculinity, and you envy femininity, and you wish you love and appreciate women, but somehow you wish you were women, you wish you were a woman. And it doesn't make you gay or anything. You could even be heterosexual, but somehow you wish you attach everything that has to be with manhood as a chore and as work, and you are like, oh God, that women have it easier. And there are so many wounds to your masculinity. Perhaps you were abused as a child. Your masculinity was wounded in so many ways. Different traumas all come together. Even the ones you see others experiencing as men, the unfair things happening in the world to men. Yes, unfair things happening in the world to men as well, not just women, because there's this, everybody's saying women. Yes, women go through a whole lot, yes. And there are unfair things that happen to women for generations, but there are also fair things happening to men too. And as a man, you could take all those traumas, and then you now attach them to your masculinity, and then you are wounded in your masculine energy, and because you are wounded in your masculine energy, it puts you in your feminine energy state. And because you see being masculine as a chore, you are not you are not going to be you are imbalanced. It causes imbalances even in your relationships. For instance, you will only go for a woman who is in her masculine energy, for instance. And the idea of being a protector or even a provider is not something you 100% identify with. So you're going to struggle with being a provider. You will struggle with being a protective male figure. You will struggle with that because you see it as a chore, and you start looking for the woman to step up. That is what happens when you are a man and you're in your feminine energy. And it doesn't have to. Anyway, enough with the masculine energy wounds. A woman in her masculine energy, for instance, a woman in her masculine energy has wounds attached to her feminine energy. Her feminine energy is wounded because of all the things she has experienced in her life, or all the things she has seen women experience, or based on all the unfair things happening to women around the world. All these come to her as traumas, and she's attached to them, and every time she feels like, oh, men have it easier, oh, men have it easier lives. And actually, this is how feminism was born, because a lot of traumas were being inflicted on women for such a long time, and it got to such a point that the women couldn't take it anymore. They just went into their masculine energy. Because what causes people to start living into an energy divergent from them, from how they are created, is trauma. Trauma is what causes it. So feminism started because women were wounded so badly that they said they couldn't take the wounds anymore. So they now said, okay, they started envying men. Okay, we want what men have, because men seem to have it easier. Men can go to school, men can work. No, we're not allowed to go to school, we're not allowed to work, we are treated unfairly. When we get raped, we get blamed. Women felt like they were being unjustly treated. And that started causing a growing imbalance in the full feminine energy. And it started breaking down, and women started to become more masculine. And they started hating womanhood because they felt womanhood was the reason why they had to go through all the things. And yeah, they are right. So we can't blame feminists or feminism. You understand? The only thing we have to do is fight for balance. Once there's a balance, feminism will not be a problem. Once there's a balance, you will see feminism will just, that's why we have to, and that balance is not something you have to crave as a collective. It has to be an individual thing. Everyone has to have it as a mindset to balance themselves. When we all balance ourselves, if most people in the world are balanced, there won't be any need. You won't see, women will feel comfortable in their full feminine energy, and men will feel comfortable in their full masculine energy, because there's this widespread balance. I know that it somewhat feels like a utopia, but well, anything is possible, right? But Okay, now to heal your feminine energy so you can be in your full feminine energy, you have to heal the wounds associated with your femininity. You have to start discarding all the narratives that you've gathered all over the years about men, about life. And I know that these things exist, but you have to live out of the box. You have to not allow those things. You have to just heal the wounds that came from those things. You have to heal them. And when you heal them, when you heal the wounds, when you heal the wounds attached to your femininity, you start loving being a woman. And when you heal the wounds attached to your masculinity as a woman, yes, like I said, everyone has a collection of feminine and masculine energy together. That is how it has always been. I can't start going into but if you do some research, you will see that what I'm saying is authentic. It's an energy, like I said, it's an energetic thing. It's not a physical thing. It's energy, and also that energy comes full and affects every part of you, affects your mindset, and gradually it can affect how you walk and how you look, depending on how strong it is. But it's just a mindset thing. Now, feminine energy, it's about calm, peace, relaxation. Masculine energy is about move. Feminine energy gets by being. Masculine energy gets by doing. Masculine energy comes forward and does. Feminine energy goes back and relax. So and it's not about being trans, please. The trans thing is a different thing completely altogether. And the fact that you change your gender to look like a different gender does not even mean, it has nothing to do with this. It does not mean you could be trans and be a woman and look like a man by virtue of surgery, but you are still in an energy that is different from the one that you've chosen to be in. You understand? It's a mindset thing and also an energy thing. Like I said, both aspects of the feminine and the masculine, they are all important. The feminine energy is very important. The masculine energy is very important. Both energies are important for the full balance of your humanity and your spirit and the full balance of your potential. You cannot be the full version of yourself if your feminine energy is dick, or your masculine energy is dick. Your feminine energy and your masculine energy should be at par, should be balanced for you to be the best and the full version of yourself. And both are important, both are necessary. And the way you treat either sides of yourself will determine which energy dominates and which energy is taking over your life. And what's more, let me now give you all the advantages of both energies. Your masculine energy is the side of you that is dogged, that hustles, that works, that has drive and motivation. Yes, your masculine energy is motivation. Without your masculine energy being, at par with your feminine energy, you won't have enough drive to pursue your dreams. You won't have enough drive to work towards your goals. Your masculine energy affects motivation is masculine energy. Yes, motivation is masculine energy. Drive is masculine energy. And building is masculine energy. Being able to think logically is masculine energy. You understand? So it's very important to have your masculine energy at a good state, at a healthy state, whether as a woman or as a man. Your feminine energy, like I said, I've mentioned all the positive aspects of feminine energy. Your feminine energy is creation. Your feminine energy is peace. Your Feminine energy is self-care. Your feminine energy is creativity. Your feminine energy is being at peace. It's mindfulness. It's presence. Do you understand? Without your feminine energy, and also your feminine energy is wisdom. Masculine energy is also wisdom. You understand? And power. Your feminine energy is also wisdom and power, but a different kind of wisdom and power. Your masculine energy is a different kind of wisdom and power. Wisdom with logic. That's masculine energy. Feminine energy is wisdom from intuition. Masculine energy gets wisdom from thoughts. Feminine energy gets wisdom from intuition. So if your feminine energy is not at par, if your feminine energy is unhealthy, you won't be able to listen to your intuition. If you're a man and you have a terrible relationship with the feminine energy, you won't be intuitive. You can't follow your intuition. You won't even be able to feel your intuition. Because to feel your intuition, you need to have a level of peace within you to feel your intuition and to even listen to it. Do you understand? So, feminine energy is intuition. It's intelligence in its own aspect. And masculine energy is intelligence in its own aspect. Feminine energy is intelligence in its own aspect. So if you have some views about femininity, if you feel femininity is unintelligent, you won't be able to harness the intelligence of your feminine side. And that is intuition and creativity and peace. So both aspects are very important. If you're a woman and you're in your masculine energy, you will work. You won't be able to rest or have time for yourself. You won't be able to create time for yourself. You won't be able to take care of yourself. You will not take care of yourself. You will be all about go, get. And it can help in your success. But being your feminine energy, the kind of success that comes through feminine energy is effortless, I swear. And it's true. A man who learns how to harness his feminine energy will move from working hard to working smart. A man who has his healthy feminine energy will move from go. Yes, he will be able to, if he's in his full masculinity, that means he's balanced. So that means when it's time to go, he knows when to go, and knows when to relax. He knows when it's time to work for money, and he knows when it's time to let the money work for him. Because feminine energy is working smart, masculine energy is working hard. So if you're in your full masculine, you will know when to work hard and when to work smart. You know when it requires brute force, and you know when it requires easy, steady go. Easy, steady flow. Like, see, feminine is easy, steady flow. Masculine is go, getter, go. And easy, steady flow is about relaxing. I'm not saying you're not working. You're working. If feminine energy is working, it's a lot of work. Masculine energy is a lot of work. Feminine energy is a lot of work. In fact, am I going to start telling you all the work it takes to be feminine? Hey. But feminine energy is work without doing. Work that is from being. A woman's body it shows that state. It's constantly working. Her womb is constantly working. Eggs are being churned every day. And breath, it comes it's not, the woman didn't have to go and get the child comes out of her in a process that is grueling and terrifying and even deadly. That's a lot of work. And the process of caring for every feminine thing is work. But working, there's a kind of, femininity is about work at ease. Masculinity is work at go. Like go, getter, go. Femininity is easy, steady flow. You understand? So, when a woman is in a feminine state, or when both, when a man is in his full masculine, he will know when to go and get, and he will know when to relax. He moves from working for the money and making the money work for him. And so with the woman. When a woman is in her full femininity, okay, let's just call it what it is. When a woman is in her divine feminine, she knows how to relax in her femininity. She knows how to be in her femininity. And she knows when it's time to let her masculine energy do the work, and she knows when it's time to relax in her feminine. She knows when to push and go, and she knows when to relax. And it's hard for a woman to be in her full feminine energy when there are so many things happening around her that are making her to stay in her masculine energy. And it's also hard for a man to be in his full masculine energy if he hasn't healed himself, if he hasn't healed his masculine energy or his feminine energy. You understand? Because a lot of healing has to go there. You have to change how you think, change how you feel. You have to heal the wounds that have attached themselves to those energetic sides of you so you can be balanced in them. So the reason why they say that men die early or die earlier than women is because when they resist their feminine energy, they resist taking care of themselves, they resist peace. And for you to be able to even live long, you have to take care of your health. And a lot of men neglect themselves because their feminine energy is wounded. I mean, if you think femininity is weak and unintelligent and a little bit and beneath you, you won't do anything that is feminine that can actually help your life, because anytime you see it, it disgusts you. You say it's gay. You will say it's gay to go to the spa, for instance, because it's feminine. Spa is self-care. Eating right, dieting. Do you know anything that has to do with taking care of yourself is from your feminine energy? And if you resist your feminine energy, you resist taking care of yourself. You resist mindfulness, and mindfulness, it's so prime to peace. You resist being present, and you resist all aspects of life that will make you happy and make you peaceful and make you healthier, and leading to health issues, leading to a life where go get her. But because you neglect yourself, you find out that health issues can arise and all sorts of things. And I'm not just saying this for men. There are women whose feminine energy are also wounded, who are in their masculine energy. They are in their masculine energy, and because of all the wounds associated with feminine energy, that cause their feminine energy to be wounded. And I'm not talking about looking buff or looking like looking buff and looking manly. No, it's a mindset thing. It's how it reflects in how the woman treats herself. You will always be working, but you won't want to rest. You will always be doing stuff, but you wouldn't want to go and relax. Anytime you think of having a bubble bath or relaxing, or you'll be like, no, I can't do it. I don't have time. You have time. It's not that you don't have time. It's just that you don't want to give yourself the time. You are in your masculine energy, and it's making you push. People will say, yeah, it's good. The woman is like a man. There's nothing wrong in that. But the thing is, if there's no balance, then it affects all parts of your body. It affects your peace. It affects health. And over time, those things can tell on your appearance, can tell on your health. It can tell on everything. It even affects the kind of men you attract in your life. If your feminine energy is wounded as a woman, you will be in your masculine energy, and you will attract men who are in their feminine energy. You understand? You attract men who are in feminine energy because they want to relax. Men in their feminine energy resist masculine things. It doesn't have to be direct. It could be indirect. They resist the go. They resist the logic, the hustle. They resist building. And they want to be like women. They want to create. And those men could even look manly. But how you know such men is, it's not just about how they take care of themselves, because men in their feminine energy take care of themselves very well, like women do. They look at themselves in the mirror so many times in the day. They try to smell good. They are all about spa, bubble bath, everything that has to do with self-care, just like a woman does. They take care of themselves, yes. But a man in his full masculine energy could still be like that. But how you know that a man is in his feminine energy is what he thinks about his masculinity, how he treats his masculinity. And from the Bible says, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So how does that man think about being a man? If he keeps complaining about how manhood is such a chore, and how women have it easier, and how these girls don't even know what they got, that if he was a woman, he would do this and do that, that if he was a woman, he would use his body and become the richest man on earth. Anytime you hear a man talking like that, that man is in his feminine energy. Any man who hates his masculinity, who complains about his masculinity, is in his feminine energy. And any woman who complains about her femininity, who hates being feminine, who thinks to be me, I know. See, I am currently healing right now. I'm trying to heal all the wounds associated with my feminine, because my whole life I was in my masculine energy and I didn't even know. And the thing is, it doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes you are born, you don't start going into your masculine energy. The wounds don't come overnight. As a child, a lot of girls can be balanced, can be in their balanced feminine in their teens. But all of a sudden something happens. They get hurt, they get abused, or they start, soaking in the experiences of others, and it starts affecting what they think about themselves. All these traumas gathered start affecting who they are. So it happened to me, you understand? At the point I realized I was in my masculine energy and I didn't even know it. And what makes it worse is that I had no idea about all these things then. And if you were born in a family where your mom is in her masculine energy, chances are your brothers will be in the feminine energy and your sisters, including you, will be in your masculine energy. Because a family where the man for instance, the man could even be in his masculine energy and the woman will still be in her masculine energy. Why? Because the man is in his wounded masculine energy state. And because he's in his wounded masculine energy state, he cannot put the woman in her full feminine. The only man that can put a woman in her full feminine energy state, I'm talking about the balanced state, is a man in his full masculine energy state. If a woman in her wounded feminine energy state equals masculine energy state. If a woman in her wounded feminine energy state meets a man in his full masculine energy, I'm talking about a man who has healed the wounds of femininity and the wounds of his masculinity. The man doesn't have to look androgynous. He can look manly, he could look androgynous, but like I said, it's not about looks, it's about balance. It's about how that man treats feminine things and how he treats masculine things. If he has no issues with feminine things and has no issues with masculine things, he's balanced. And what happens when a woman meets a man in that state? A woman in her wounded feminine energy state, if she meets a man in her full masculine energy state, that man will just bring her to her full feminine energy state. The man will force her. She won't even realize when it's happening. She will just realize that the man will just softly, just keep resisting that her masculine energy pull. The man will make her step into the light of her full femininity. But if a woman in her masculine energy state meets a man in his masculine energy state, but wounded masculine energy, I repeat, wounded masculine energy state is not the same as full masculine energy. Wounded masculine energy state, a man is in his wounded masculine energy state. He is masculine in every way, but his femininity is wounded. So when a woman in her wounded feminine state, aka masculine energy state, meets a man in his wounded masculine, you understand? In his wounded feminine state. So it means that both are masculine. So which means there are a lot of families where the woman is in a masculine energy state, the man is in a masculine energy state, but both states are wounded. Her feminine energy is wounded, the man's feminine energy is also wounded. So they are both two wounded masculines. And what does that lead to? Children being raised by two dads without knowing. Why? Because even though the mommy looks like a woman, acts like a woman, but she thinks like a man and doesn't take care of herself. The man thinks like a man and doesn't take care of himself. So these two people are men. So energetically, they are men and they are raising kids. So the kids are raised by two dads. And, well, I don't need to say more about how that works out. But the bottom line is only a full masculine can raise. There's a term they give. A man in his full masculine is called the divine masculine, and a woman in her full feminine is called the divine feminine. Why? Because both energies are balanced. And when both energies are balanced, they rise to divinity. They rise to that version that God created them to be. When the energies are balanced, you see people or humans who have healed all their wounds and they are in a state of divinity. And such a man would not hate feminine things. You understand? And he wouldn't hate masculine things either. And such a woman would not hate feminine things, and she wouldn't hate masculine things either. That's what it is. I don't know if I've covered everything. I'm thinking, let me think. Let me see. So